So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel On The Move with Linda. As I mentioned, I am at K1 Clubhouse, which is located along Ojiji Road in Nairobi, Parklands area. And if you haven't been here, you need to do so. As I mentioned, they have done a whole revamp of their place, and it's definitely the place to try out. So I am joined by a special guest. I've known this dude for 13 years. It's 13 years now.
13 years, yes.
13 years, that's such a long time.
When we were young.
When we were young.
Yes.
Tulikutana kampo.
Yes. Alafu maisha ikaenda hivi. Ikarudi.
And that was in 2008.
Yes.
And I know him as Trevor, but most of you know him as
Cars with Big Boy Trev.
Yeah.
Or Big Boy Trev for that matter.
So karibu sana.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you for coming.
It's an honor gracing your channel.
Thank you so
much.
much.
You're doing an amazing job at the moment.
Asante sana.
Keep doing it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So I thought it would be really good to have you and just shed some light in terms of the motor industry in Kenya, how you started, what the future holds. So for me, the first question will be why cars?
Why cars?
Yeah, why not yachts, planes, choppers? Why cars?
There's something about boys and their toys.
Okay.
All right. So from a very young age, I was very fascinated about cars. I remember when I was 4 or 5 years old, I was a kid that used to open up the toys and see the mechanism, because back in the day, we used to have these toy cars that used to have that winding motor. So when you roll it on the floor, it would like go. So I was very curious as to how it works. So I used to open it and just see the mechanism. I was very wild about cars. But the interesting thing about how I got into this journey is there's one person who I'd like to credit. Actually, there are three, but from the early beginning, it's my dad. My dad loved cars, and he introduced me to, toy cars and things like that.
Yeah.
Then my cousin came in. My cousin, if Burnett, if you're watching, please subscribe and like the channel.
Please do.
Burnett is a great source of influence to me. He's the one who put that seed of motoring, what I now profess as my profession at the moment. Yeah. So he was in campus. He was doing mechanical engineering at Nairobi University. And surprisingly, where I used to stay is just outside K1. Okay. So he used to come like on a Saturday like this, and he used to come home with magazines. So back in the day, there used to be Autocar, which was like the only type of magazine you probably get in Kenya at that time. Yeah. So he used to come with magazines, and I used to read and I would ask him questions. Yeah. You know how a kid is when they are very insistent, eager. You know? So that flame was there. So he took it upon himself to teach me how a car works. So imagine you're teaching a 5-6-year-old stuff about pistons and engines. I'm supposed to be like 1 + 1 is 2.
I know.
But like I already escalated my thing to now how a car works. Yeah. So that passion grew with me right through. Everybody who knows me from primary school, high school, campus, they know a car guy from back in the day. But the biggest turn came right after high school. Okay. That time, there's a guy called Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson is the host of Top Gear, one of the most prolific car programs in the world. Yeah. And at that time, we used to download stuff on torrents and see whatever's happening. And I was really fascinated that he was explaining about cars from a journalistic point of view. And I made up my mind, so I want to do this, By that time, the market was undeveloped. There was nothing that I could do per se. I didn't want to become a mechanic. Yes. Like I know how a car works, so I didn't want to get down and see oil, no. Yeah. My work was to just talk about the different brands, the different concepts. So the seed had been planted. Yeah. So what are the steps that I took to get to where I am now? So in my previous life, I was in JQuat doing biochemistry and molecular biology.
I remember when you were telling me that story.
And it's a nerdy course. Yes, it's fine. I'm a nerd. It's okay. But we had to deal with my dad. Yeah. If I was to finish, I was to join Daystar because that's the only place that I knew that could do communication journalism and follow up that career. Yeah. So I ended up wasting a few years in JQuat, came to Daystar when we met. Yeah. And that was the beginning of a very beautiful story. Yeah. One person I also like to credit is my mentor, Michael Mwai. If you're watching, Santi Sana.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Like Apple. So Michael Mwai, industry veteran, written about motoring for over 20 years. Okay. This guy has been there. So I used to write in the Standard, and used to buy the Standard every Wednesday, and used to have like spreads of cars, and you talk about cars so passionately, and used to have an email address.
Yeah.
So I used to write an email. So if you have any questions, please send an email.
Yeah.
So I'd go to the library, write an email.
As the rest of us are reading
Minico, write an email. So I'd ask him questions. So he said, you're very eager. I mean, you can come to my office. Just to work at the Standard. That time, the Standard was at I&M in town.
Yes.
So I used to leave Daystar.
Go to I&M.
Go to I&M just to meet him.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. So I was a bit pushy, trying to learn new things. And he noted that I was very eager. So he started calling me for test drives, come see what we do. And it was a beautiful journey.
Yeah.
So sooner rather than later, while in Daystar, got involved in a few projects. Wahiga Maura, if you're watching, we did something together about cars many years ago.
This guy is name dropping. So all those guys, if you've heard your name, subscribe and like the channel.
So Wahiga Maura, Betty Chalo, you know where we come from. I know. Subscribe. So we went into that whole phase of creating content.
Yeah.
But it was still not an idea that many people were embracing. People loved cars, but it wasn't ready. And sometimes these things take time. You see the bigger picture way before other people see it. So in 2012, that's after we finished campus, I pushed Michael, listen, Michael, we need to do a car show on TV. And Michael was like, okay, I'm ready for this. Because I kept on pushing for 4 years. There's no budget. It's like, no, it's not ready. I tried something this in 2003. It didn't work. But the idea was right. So we pushed. So we did the pilot. Whole team, Henry Oriwo, if you're watching, thank you. There's a whole team of guys who came through. And I remember even guys from film studios. We did quite a number of things. And once the pilot was done, we pitched to KTN. That time KTN had a different management. They were like 50-50. But Michael, because he was an industry guy, made a call at NTV. NTV were very happy to have such a program because it was different. And that's how it started. So in 2013, that's when it all started. So it became a world of creating content, and I was thrown deep into the fire. So Michael was basically overseeing the whole process, but I was the guy creating the content. I was the person who was getting that interaction, knowing what to say, knowing what to do, coming up with scripts, the plan, the shoot plan, and that provided a very good template because I learned a lot, and it's helped me till today. So yes, that's my journey. So had a good run for 4 seasons on NTV. Then the digital migration came. Then the program was on air for like 2 years or 3 years. At that time, I took a sabbatical. I did some consultants in Tanzania for a big trucking company there, and it was also a very interesting way of looking at the market in general, not only from a production point of view, but also from a marketing and strategy point of view. So I got into that as well. But my dream had always been, I want to do my own thing. So I saved up a few shillings, started my own company in 2018, and pitched to a few people. They took us to Paris for the motor show, which was fantastic. And created the content that sold it. And Toyota were very gracious to sponsor my first season at NTV in 2019. I remember that was a big moment, defining moment for me. And it's been upwards all the way. After NTV, I got a better offer at KTN, moved to KTN, and that's why it's my home now, and bigger things are coming, so it's been a journey.
I am so happy to hear that, having seen how much hard work, that's the other thing. People see you on TV, but they don't know the hard work, the sleepless nights, the blood and sweat you're putting into it. So congratulations on your journey so far. And I'm sure, there's more opportunities and prosperity ahead. So let me get into a little bit of the technical bit and ask, how do you choose the car that you want to review every week and the routes?
It depends, because we normally have a theme for the season. And the theme guides what we pick. One thing that I've learned also, there's a difference of having a plan and mambo kwa ground.
Inaweza kuwa tofauti.
So we learn to be very flexible. Sometimes you might find that a dealer doesn't have stock to give you to shoot, so you have to work around that. They'll give you different timelines, so you come up with a timeline. They'll tell you, okay, so this guy is available on this date, can you shoot? So for me, when I'm doing my plan, my edit plan, and I'm doing my content plan, I have to make sure that I've started everyone. Week 1 is this, week 2 is this, week 3 is this, because they have all confirmed. And then the program as a nutshell, let me just try and break it down easily for everyone. It's a 24-minute show. It touches all aspects of motoring, but we've defined that. So we have new car reviews. So anybody who's looking to buy a new car, we have a segment within the show. Used cars, because it's 90% of the cars are on the road. We have a segment for that. We have car care maintenance, which many people would want to hear how they maintain their car properly. And then we have technology, which is now very important. Cars are coming with all different gizmos. Road safety. Kenya is a country that loses 3,000 people every year because of road safety issues, the road accidents and things. So we have a segment of that. We're very keen, especially during the April, August, and December. So that's when accidents are in plenty. So we take it upon ourselves to just enlighten the audience on road safety matters. And then we have green energy. Green energy is now part and parcel of it. You've seen electric cars are coming. So we are part of that conversation as well.
That's good.
And of course, we have usual road trips. We've been lucky enough to travel some different parts of the world, just to bring the content. So we go the extra mile to get the content. So the show is it's like a mixed platter.
And you're definitely positioning Kenya on the global map, because as you said, not very many people are in the space. And so you're not just curating local content, you're creating global content for the local market. So fantastic.
Thank you.
So you mentioned you deal with both new and used cars. So what advice would you have for anyone who's watching and they want to buy their first car?
Well, it depends on your taste and preference, because people make that mistake. There's one thing that having a like of something. So for example, if you like this juice, for example, if you like this juice, your mind will be set on that. But I always say Kenyans are guided by budget, number one. So what is your budget? Number two, what is your lifestyle? So for example, if you're just somebody out of campus, you just got your first job, you're probably single, you need a car that's very efficient. As you can see, there's so much traffic because of the construction
going on.
It would make no sense for you to buy an SUV. Not alone even affording it, but it just doesn't make sense. You need an efficient runabout vehicle that will take you from point A to B. But as you scale up, so you're getting into maybe marriage and family and things, you have 2-3 kids, your needs will grow. You need a bigger car that has space, that allow you to go to up country and back. Also be able to just fulfill that aspect of you being a family person. So practicality, so you probably escalate it up. So number one, know your budget. Number two, understand your lifestyle. Do you live far from work, like home and work? What's your urban commute like? What's your usage on transport, even if it's an Uber, or if you're biking or you're taking your own car? Is it cheaper to run your car in the long term? What are your financing options? Are you getting a loan? Because all that affects basically the way you're going to buy the car. Is it a loan? Are you buying it outright cash? Are you doing asset finance or hire purchase? That affects also your buying decision. And then also now, from a technical perspective, you want a reliable vehicle. So what brands would make sense to you at the moment? You cannot go for a brand that doesn't have support in the country, because you'll just end up spending so much money trying to maintain that car. Yet you're a choice of having a vehicle that it's reputable, it's known in the market, people are able to fix it. And the people who undergo so many things. So that's what I'd say would be my top pick for what to look at when you're buying a car.
And now that you mentioned brands, what are the trends globally when it comes to cars? Sometimes we're on Instagram, Facebook, you normally follow some of the global influencers, and you keep on seeing models are changing. So currently, where do we stand when it comes to car trends?
Car trends, as a country, we are slow adapters, understandably, because we are in the emerging markets. I don't want to say third world, we're just emerging markets. So whatever is put out there will eventually come to our country. But Kenya surprises, and the greater sub-Sahara surprises many people, because we adapt things faster, like M-Pesa and things. We adapted it very fast. And yet, in the West, they had that technology way before us. So right now, the current trend is electric vehicles, EVs. And it's a big shift. Like if you see the big boys, the Toyotas, the Volkswagens, coming up with a plan that from 2025 you're building electric cars. It means it's a big shift. It means people are looking at green energy.
Which is very important now with climate change and some of the issues we're having.
sustainability. And then also the trends would be people are moving away from the smaller cars into SUVs. People have a thing with SUVs. So imagine now you're moving to electric cars. It means for a company, they have to plan ahead. And planning ahead means creating a platform that is scalable. So when I say scalable, it means I can stretch. So if it's this knife or fork, we can have a short knife, but the quality is the same. So for you to adapt better, you have to invest so much in research and development for you to come up with the new ideas and new solutions. But the world is going electric. Another trend would be, you probably call it, it's called driver aids. So basically the vehicle runs on itself. So it's called autonomous driving.
Oh, let me just ask a question. Is it like the Tesla cars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so Tesla has a mix of electric, which is electric, then autonomous driving. So autonomous driving has different levels. So from the basic cruise control to adaptive cruise control, and then to level 3 driving, which basically now uses sensors to put the car on the road. You know, during traffic situations, you're able to stop and go without you intervening. Then there's the autopilot, which is where Tesla is. But basically the car is still doing its thing. Unaipatia coordinates inaenda.
You know, I see those clips on YouTube and I'm thinking this is insane.
Yes, it's still under development. Tesla have had issues actually the last 2 years. So they were testing that thing in Kentucky in the States. And there's a lady who had an accident.
Oh no,
because the driver didn't pay attention. The driver thought that perhaps this would stop and didn't stop. So there are those two small issues, and it's all about AI and integrating technology to have that human understanding of the road. So it's still being worked on. So probably the next 5 years should be very, very good. Like our planes, when you squeeze one, like a two
autopilot.
Enter,
you're zooming all the way. So away from now work.
Yes.
So is there a difference between Trevor and the person who is behind cars with Big Boy Trev?
It's very important to separate work from yourself. But there's a very thin line. CBBT is who I am. It's my identity, it's my image. And I've really invested in that. So I can't really step away from my image and say I have a different life after work. It's still the same me. And it's evident whenever, so let's say I'm not at work, I've gone to the supermarket to get some groceries, I'll be stopped. And I can't say, oh no, I'm not working. Like, I have to be courteous to people. I have to tell people, I'll always be, because it's public service. In the public eye, you have to have that perception that, hey, I'm still who I am wherever it is in public. But beside work, I'm a pretty typical Nairobian male. Single by the single.
Single and searching.
And Niko single ka Jesus, by the way. So, end up with comments.
For comments. If you're interested, please let me know. I can hook you up with Trevor.
Thank you for the plug.
What are you looking for? What kind of person are you looking for?
God fearing. Na avuti sigara, avuti bangi, those things we don't want. But anyway, I'm joking. Just looking for a fine person who understands me. No, I don't have too much qualifications at the exam. But I mean, for me it's because of work. I spend so much time at work. Socializing becomes a little bit of a problem, but I try. I don't say it's an excuse, but I try as much as possible to socialize and interact with people and see. But
and what keeps you? Because no offense to influencers and opinion shapers who are out there, but we know many who get lost in the fame. And what keeps you sane? What keeps you humble? Because at the end of the day, I keep on saying, what you do is only a social tag. When it's removed, you're still Trevor. So how can you be able to maintain that sanity, that humility when it comes to interacting with people and just being yourself?
It's understanding. Being grounded is it's a thing that you learn with time. There's a tendency of many people being carried away with fame, and it's there. But it's to understand your goal, your objective. What is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? You're in the public limelight. You've planned all this. Are you gonna be carried by fame because people say yes, hey, and then when people go, you get depressed. So it's to create sustainability in your field of duty, to create relevance, which is important. And number 3, having that objective of, like, I want to leave an impact in the field that I'm in.
Yeah.
If it's motoring, from a corporate perspective, from a content creation perspective, I've left an indelible mark.
Yeah.
So every day when you wake up and say, so what am I going to do today? Do I have to be better at creating the content or being in the background doing strategy? Because I do both.
Yeah.
That keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
You understand that the world rotates in a way that it will never stop for you. You know?
Yeah.
It will never say, oh wait, Trev is doing this. The world keeps on moving. There will be more people who will come with car content.
Yeah.
I'm happy to open the doors for those who are behind me because they're pretty young people. Special shout out to quite a number of people. My colleague Murigi doing an amazing job as well. We've known each other for some time.
Yeah.
Even the people who are before me, you know, Michael Mwai, on print because I also write as well.
Yeah.
Baraza JM does an amazing job. My counterpart in this, we've been in this industry for some time together.
Yeah.
And we are relatively age mates, so we are opening the way for so many people.
Yeah.
Plus the younger generation, Daimler Motorsports doing an amazing job. There's a couple, they call Shift Gang 254, also doing amazing things from a Kenyan perspective.
Yeah.
And many people who are coming up. Chuma reviews, like that, tons of people.
Yeah.
I am happy to be associated with all these people because, you know, if there's one person who's opening up the road for everyone, then it means they'll have better opportunities. They won't struggle. Don't struggle to get into those, into that space. So I'm really happy that I'm leaving that indelible mark. Everybody will like, wow, that guy opened the doors, and it's my duty because somebody opened the door for me. I have to do that for people.
You're paying it forward.
Yes.
Yeah, you are, and it's amazing. That's also a legacy you're leaving. And so, what does the future hold for Trevor?
Trevor is doing things. I don't want to say that I get carried away, but car content through and through. Cars are my life.
Yeah, because you're doing radio as well.
Yes, I do print, I do TV, I do radio. That's the future.
360.
360.
Yeah.
It's called convergence. If you're able to do your trade on all platforms, then you become viable for clients, for content creation. Hata iwe sijui wapi, you're able to do car content. So for me, car content is there, but also I have different strengths. Apart from cars, I love travel and aviation, so there's a new concept that's coming very, very soon, so stay tuned. It's going to be a travel show that is going to be very different from what you've seen before. Technology is also a very key area for me. I love tech and gadgetry. Somebody to speak about that as well, because I can't say I'm a tech expert, but I understand how things work. Into also mental issues.
Close to my heart, you know it, yeah.
Mental issues.
But even before he says that, so a couple of years back, I got into a funk, and I keep on saying not very many people knew about it. Now clearly I've said it, but there was very few people who helped me out through that journey, and Trevor is among those people. So one thing I keep on saying, you may not talk every day, but as long as you stay connected with the people who you value and who value you, they can actually lift you out of any kind of mental situation you are in. Because you used to have a lot of late night calls.
Yes.
Sometimes him just telling me, Linda, cry it out, wipe those tears away, and tomorrow morning wake up and fight it through.
Correct.
Yeah.
People are struggling, and you know the pandemic now has actually brought out that mental health aspect. It has been there, but the pandemic has brought it out even more. People are, you've seen on the news, people are committing suicide, they're doing murders. So you need somebody to listen to. And mental health is something that we need to strongly talk about because people are going through a lot. When you think you have a problem, there are many people are going through a lot of problems, but we want to use the platform as a way of making people talk, vent, and have somebody hear them, giving them sound advice, because at the end of the day, people think that if things don't happen my way, then I have nothing to do with this world. I need to give up. So don't give up on your dream.
Nope.
Don't give up on things that will make you feel like, oh, I can't achieve what I want to achieve. I've been a letdown. You know, like people tell you, if you're over 35 and you haven't done anything, then there's something wrong. No. Everybody has their own race, and it's important for us, even when I'm doing my content creation, is to provide the hope. When people see me, they know that I've really come a long way. I give hope to people, and that's what I intend to do over the next 5 years. But cars, I'm going Africa now. Kenya is fantastic. It's like, I think it's the heartbeat of Africa.
It is.
Kenya
Atuhami.
but I want to expand my horizon. Get into Tanzania, Rwanda, West Africa. I've already established good contacts, even South Africa. Why shouldn't we be the thought leaders in motoring in Africa? Why? We have the expertise, we have the knowledge, of the passion, and we have the dream. And that is what it's supposed to be. So we don't wait for somebody to do it and then say, oh, no. We can do it. We can push the envelope even further. So that is my dream the next couple of years. And
I'm telling you, as Eliud Kipchoge said, no human is limited, and you can be able to achieve whatever it is you want to. And major thanks to you, Trevor.
Thank you.
As you've had this so much that is going on with him. Please follow him on his socials.
Yes.
You can share with the people.
So for the TV show, Big Boy Trev,
yes,
it's CBBT_TV, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me on KTN Home every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Every Wednesday, Motor Digest on the Standard. Every Friday on the Nairobian, on Radio Spice FM, every day 4 to 7 p.m. So make sure you tune in on all those areas. You find me there. So again, a big shout out. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you have any car questions, don't hesitate to drop a DM. Slide there, find out what's up. At Abado Nico Singles, slide.
Slide in his DM. And I'll be happy to share all the relevant links in the description. So again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. As you can see, we are having amazing talent, amazing people joining us. So I look forward to sharing more. And yeah, asante sana to Big Boy Trev.
Yes, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Guys, if you please subscribe to the channel, support each other, because in this world we need to support each other. So please like and subscribe our channel. Let's have this conversation further, because I've seen amazing people coming through on your set. So keep on doing it, keep on pushing, and you'll be the next Oprah, for sure.
And that is my vision. So the next African Oprah is seated right here with Trevor.
Yes, imagine. So skule atakamesha make it sisi watu wadogo. Sema ina was in that show.
Thank you guys. Cheers.